Hi, so today we are going to look at the best books for Corvair cars, depending on your expertise in the matter of working on Corvairs and mechanic abilities. Interesting, of these books, the best books, if you don't know a lot about the Corvair, are these. This particular one is the actual Chevy manual that mechanics used back in the day on the shops. So basically, this is a very good book, but it sort of expects you to know many things about the Corvair. It doesn't explain many things if you are totally new to the car, put it that way. Mechanics that use this particular manual already knew certain things about the Corvair and how to deal with it as far as making repairs and tune-ups and that kind of thing. If you know nothing about the Corvair and you just want to collect it, the better books would be this one. This is Corvair for the not so mechanically inclined. It has many good procedures, tuning the valves, adjusting the valves, taking them off, what to look for, tools to use, carburetor adjustments, the correct specs. It's basically sort of based on this, but it's written from a perspective that the person knows very little about working on a Corvair. And working on a Corvair engine is very different. This is another good book to own, Corvair Basics, put out by the Corvair Club. Basically, this book is a series of steps how to do various things. It's kind of hard to get on eBay. All these books are available on eBay. It's a good book in certain aspects. Another good book is this one. This one is more informational as far as working on cars. It doesn't really go into a lot of detail as far as I'm concerned about the nuts and bolts about doing certain things. It will tell you in a very overly stated way how to do it, what to expect, the results, and the problems that you may encounter. But when it comes down to actually doing it step by step, this is the better book. And then this book is another good book to complement this one. This book is also a decent book. It helps in many procedures as for step-by-step processes to do certain functions. And again, it depends on your own expertise. If you're approaching this car from knowing very little about it, then 1, 2, 3. These 3 books are your best bets. They're all available on eBay at various times. You just have to search for them. As I said, this is How to Keep Your Corvair Alive. This one is the Corvair Chassis Shop Manual. This is Corvair for the not so mechanically inclined. This is Corvair Basics. And this is the Classic Corvair. So that's the summary. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to look at each book individually. This is Corvair for the not so mechanically inclined, again available on eBay. So basically, we're just going to open it up and take a look at it. It's kind of cool because one chapter has all the ads through the years of the Corvair. It's kind of interesting, background information. Information about removing your convertible top and replacing it, how to do that. Sort of outlines the various chassis parts and what they're called. Brakes, tune-ups, electrical problems, carburetor issues, basics on the 140 and 110 engine. What else? Various problems that you may encounter with restoring a Corvair, where things are, very important since you probably don't know where the Corvair engine is. Typical problems that most restorations encounter, carburetor details about the carburetor, removing them and making the correct adjustments using various tools. What else? Push rods, definitely how to adjust the valves as a critical information bit. what kind of oil to use. Again, what else? And just some good pictures. All right, this is the official Chevrolet Corvair chassis shop manual, 1965. This is the base manual. The years that follow 1965 are much skinnier. They're just updates, basically. This is the one you want. Basically, again, this has a lot of, it's quite thick, lots of information. Definitely you have to buy this if you have a Corvair. Again, this is written from the perspective that the person reading it is a mechanic, so it expects you to know quite a bit of stuff as far as when you're actually trying to make some sort of repair and the various special tools that may be required. So basically, it's a must-have book, put it that way. It complements the Corvair for the not-so-mechanically inclined, because the Corvair for the not-so-mechanically inclined is for a novice who doesn't know hardly anything about a Corvair. Alright, this one is How to Keep Your Corvair Alive by Mr. Finch, a renowned Corvair specialist. So it's a good book to have too. It complements all three of these other books. Basically, this is the 8th edition. There may be a 9th, but in any case, opening it up, it has some background, has various how-to situations. In certain sections, it's quite detailed. In other sections, it's just sort of a overall procedure, how to do things, some drawings, what to look for. Let's see what else. Engine overhauls. Improvements. It's a good book. It's definitely it's good for background information. It's good for the novice who doesn't know everything about the Corvair. All these books complement one another in different ways. This is written in some parts from a novice point of view, so it walks you step by step. In other sections, it's overview, and it sort of expects you to be some sort of a garage mechanic. Okay, here we have Corvair Basics, put out by the Corvair Club. Basically, another good book to own, hard to find. So if you get it, you'll be lucky. It has a lot of good information. Gasoline heater information, engine, exhaust systems, differentials, manual transmissions. None of the chapters are particularly long. Variances between the year models, engine mechanical, suspension, finding parts. Basically, it's sort of like a book on, there's some sections that will tell you step by step how to do something, but overall, most of the time it does not. It sort of glosses over what to do and that kind of a thing. It does expect some knowledge about the Corvair at times, but many times it's written from a point of view that you probably don't know about this, so this is how you approach the problem. At least it gives you some good ideas of what to do. Again, it's another book. The more books you have about the Corvair from different angles, the better you'll be in restoring it and keeping your Corvair alive.